says I'm live. Now, whether or not anybody can hear me or there's an echo, I have no idea. My software just, my streaming software decided it needed to do a huge update just before, and I don't know if any settings were software changed. Decided it needed to do a huge so I'm going to depend on any of you guys out there just before, and I don't know if any settings software decided it needed to do a huge update. Depend on any of you guys out there just before, and I don't know if any settings software decided it needed to do a huge sorry guys, the only reason I actually any of you guys out there is one for a backup just before, and I don't know if any settings software decided it needed to do a huge sorry guys, the only reason I actually any of you guys I think Rumble is kind of trash just before, and I don't know if any settings software alright, Joel is giving me a huge oh my god, the only reason I actually any of you guys I think Rumble is kind of trash just before, I don't like any settings. Alright, Joel is giving me a huge oh my god, the only reason I actually use that I think Rumble is kind of trash just before, I don't like any settings. Alright, Joel is giving me a yeah, we're gonna talk about the only reason I actually use that I think Rumble is kind of trash just before, I don't like we're gonna do it anymore. Alright, Joel is giving me a yeah, we're gonna talk about the only reason I actually use that I think Rumble is kind of trash just before, I don't like we're gonna do it anymore. I'm not wearing my trumpet, but yeah, we're going to talk about Alex. To be honest, I'm not wearing my trumpet, but yeah, we're going to talk about Alex. Here we go. Here's the problem. I'm not wearing my trumpet, but yeah, we're going to talk about Alex. Here we go. Here's the problem. I'm trying to do. Is that better? Let me know, because I can't hear it over here unless then I would cause an echo. So, nope, you go away. Nope, bad dog. No, you were just out. No, go. Sorry. So let me know if the echo is gone. Sorry, I have a dog is being a turd. He's been out 3 times in the last hour, and we played with him, and he got fed, so... Let me know if the echo's gone. I'm going to wait. I don't know what the delay is. YouTube is running. So, I had to tell my doggy no. Let me see if I can get it to come up over here. He's been out 3 times in the last... I don't have an echo. So, hopefully I fixed it. Boy, YouTube's chat is way slow. See a couple people on Rumble. Thank you. I'm going to have an animal problem tonight. Good grief. Gone. Okay. So, I don't know if I can play any video tonight then. We'll have to give it a shot and see how it goes. So, they did change my settings. So, to my software, you suck. When you do an update, you don't go changing somebody's settings. Alright, guys. So, we are going to... Hey, Sog. Jay Watterson, Joel, Swamp Rat. Kind of a fun name to say. We are going to talk about Alex Pretti. And I'm not going to bury this lead at all. The narrative's done. It's collapsed. And the problem is, does it matter? Does it really matter? Because the leftists out there are still going to be spouting the exact same crap they have been with Renee Good. It doesn't matter what facts you show them. They are psychotic, and they are just gonna say, nope, 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 nope. I am still arguing with people. I don't argue with them. Who say, in fact, there's a couple of my comments on this channel who say, the tires weren't even going near him. Oh, for the love of God. I mean, does it really matter anymore? I think we are at a point where we are trying to argue with the people who use the my truth phrase. My truth. There is only the truth. There isn't a truth for every single person. That's it. And that's the problem we're trying to argue with them. Honestly, I just go poke, prod. I will throw facts at them, but I'm not going to argue anymore. We can't. It is not worth it. Exited out, then rejoined. It's all good. Well, Joel, it may not have been you, because if I hit this little toggle right here, you may get that echo again. Like I said, my software changed all of my settings and their menus in the update. And it wasn't a better update. As usual, they added another step or two to do about everything. It's just like auto repair. But no, do you guys think, I'm going to ask a quick question. Do you guys think it's even worth arguing with people from the left anymore? Can you argue with them? And yes, guys, some of you may be thinking, why is he on so early? Because I'm trying to be on earlier. Problem is, as my wife says, I have got a niche at night, and my late night streams get 10 times, trust me, 10 times my tiny little channel views that I get doing them this time. All right. Didn't that guy have a gun and a couple of mags to go out and peacefully protest? Yeah. And now don't fall into that trap, Joel. Going out with a firearm, even if you're protesting, is not illegal. We cannot let the left drag us into a Second Amendment issue here. Oh, I thought you liked the Second Amendment. That's a false narrative. And I've even seen a lot of people on the right totally arguing that. We got to be careful. It is not illegal if he's legally carrying, whether or not we like the laws wherever he's at. If he was legally carrying, I don't care if he has a firearm. I don't care if he has 20 mags on him. Oops, let me silence that. I don't care if he has 20 mags on him. That's not the problem. Sometimes I know a few people who carry 7, 8 mags, 1 mag, no mag. Doesn't matter. The whole point is, what are you doing? If you have a CCL, anybody out there that's ever had a CCL knows, you are told when you are carrying that firearm, every law is different for you. You are under a whole different realm of how you better act. Now, going out protesting in most states isn't illegal. There are some states where it is. If you're around huge groups of people doing certain things, sports arenas, whatever, bars, you cannot carry. Others you can, which is the patchwork that the Supreme Court must end. But don't fall into this trap of, oh my God, he was carrying a gun. The problem is he was carrying a firearm, one, without his ID. Illegal as crap in that state. 2, he was carrying while committing felonies. That amps each felony up. That turns everything into a mega felony. So don't fall into that trap. It's what he did while carrying. If he stood on the sidewalk, videoed, protested, blew his... I'm going to change that. No, not blowing the whistle. When are we going to start arresting these dummies for blowing the whistles? If I stood out here and started blowing a whistle in the middle of town, sooner or later, I'm going to get arrested for disturbing the peace. But somehow we're just letting these airheads, blow whistles, scream, do woo ad nauseum. Why are we not enforcing this? This is stupid. But don't fall into the gun trap. It's only illegal because of what he did. He carried into a protest. So if he was just peacefully protesting, he gets to carry his firearm. Left mistake opinions for truth. Sog, I'm not even sure it's opinions. Because they've seen, like with Renee Good, they've seen the same videos we have. And when it comes to the Alex Pretti, they've seen the video now. And what do? What do? Even though this new footage has been vetted by a major left-leaning news source, the BBC, their facial recognition software said, yeah, it's him. And there's multiple angles. What are they doing? They've been on X and all over the internet trying to get it taken down, saying it's AI. It's nothing to do with opinions, nothing to do with facts. They do not care. These are anarchists and people of pure hate. They don't care what's fact, what's real. And they just don't. They're out there trying to take down a video that they know just hurts their narrative, which goes back to what I always tell you guys. The left/Democrats have no true beliefs except what gives them power in the moment. And this actual footage of Alex Pretti destroys their narrative. They were making tons of, look at us, oh my God, we're the oppressed, off their narrative, off the other video. And now it comes out once again, just like Renee Good. Total BS. And that is going to wake up more people. More people are going to wake up to that just because of going, well, what the hell? What the hell? That's a problem. It's not opinions. They don't care about opinion. They don't care about fact. They know this has been proven true, and they're still out there trying to take it down. Yet they had no problem with this. They had no problem with this. They had zero problem with this. And I didn't argue, but I commented to a couple lefties already. Al, but how do you know it's fake? The one on the right is the one that's real. I go, really? Go look at all his social media posts. They're everywhere. They're everywhere. The guy on the left is the dude with a wonky nose like me, that's more squinty eyes, narrow head, thin shoulders, pasty skin. But what they do? They even made his hair much more feathered. Look at his broad jaw, his smoldery eyes, skin tone. Even the glasses are a little different. Broad shoulders, a little bit of pecs under there now. I mean, come on. But left had no problem with this, and they'll still defend this. But when it comes to a real video, that even BBC's own facial rec software, and then other angles have come out, nah, that's fake. Once again, I'm not trying to hammer it into the ground. Nothing to do with opinions, nothing to do with anything except what gives them power. This hurt their power. All right. I not fallen into a trap? He thought it was a good idea to do that. Well, yeah, of course he did, Joel. Because he was told it was okay. He was encouraged by Tim Walz. Come at me, Tim Walz. You're on video saying these people are not law enforcement. You're on video saying, go out, get in their face. Confront them. Fry is the same way. So that's exactly why he thought he could do this. Yeah, but Joel, no, trust me, I'm not trying to jump on you. Just be careful about saying, well, he carried a gun to a protest. Wording. No, he carried a gun to a riot. He carried a gun to commit felonies. That's where the trouble is, not the protest. Hell, I think even in Illinois, I haven't checked, I can carry to a protest in certain areas, because Illinois is a clusterfuck. But right across the river in free Iowa, just saying. Sog, I would normally agree with you, but even the BBC admitted, it's the dude. It's the dude. And I do like how this group, I don't know who they are, went to the BBC and used their software outside of America. That gives them a little bit of a distance. Where they did it here, they go, well, yeah, of course our government, of course the Fox News would say it's real. Yeah. Kind of once again damaged the leftist narrative. The only thing the BBC has produced was the Benny Hill show. Well, the BBC older news stuff is pretty good. There is still some good news in the BBC. The problem is it's been taken over by, well, the wokesters and the Islamists. So, all right. But I don't know how well this will work. So I'm going to depend on you guys to help me again real quick. And once again, please hit thumbs up for the stream. Share it out there. I know that probably won't get more than 7 viewers doing this early. If I was late, I'd get 20 or 25. So whatever. But it's nice to not be up at 4 a.m. doing this. And I know my breathing's not perfect. I'm trying to improve it. But let me know if this plays for you guys. Because once again, settings. We'll see how this goes. Uh-oh. Well, I do have a problem. Hang on. What is this not muted? Okay, I do have a problem. I have a problem. Somehow, YouTube's studio is bleeding back into my headphones. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I can hear myself doubled up 5 times later. That is crazy. Holy. That is nutso. So that's great. And there's a hell of a delay on my end too because of it. So what is going on here? Hang on. Here, I got it. I think I figured it out. Boy, the settings, these guys. All right, there. So I think I got it figured out. Boy, one update. I can still hear myself, which is really weird. Okay, there we go. All right, I got it fixed, I think. What do I think about Piers Morgan? Piers Morgan is an unnecessary evil. Piers Morgan brings in, he's kind of like Tim Pool in a way. He brings in decent conversations, but I would rather watch, I know I'm going to catch hell for this, I would rather watch 8,000 hours of Tim Pool than the 3 hours of Piers Morgan, because Piers Morgan purposely lets his guests act like insane morons, where even Tim Pool would mute somebody, boot them out, shut them up or something. Piers Morgan tries to be Jerry Springer. Oh, don't talk all over everybody. Stop, stop, stop. Then hit mute. Mute these people. I think Piers Morgan does bring on people, and sometimes it's good to hear what these people are saying. But the constant letting them argue like that is on purpose. And it's crap. He needs to stop it. It's hard to watch some of his videos. All right, so I'm sure you guys have all seen this, but we are going to watch it again. And once again, this totally shatters. I do like how the police video vehicle here, I've even heard somebody say, this is a rental. No, it isn't. It's got police lights built in. And it's got an Illinois plate. Uh-oh. But this guy is not peaceful. God, look at his stance right there. That stance says it all. And he's not a little dude. He's a good-sized guy. He may not be very built, but he's a good-sized dude. So let me know, guys. I'm going to hit play on this. Let me know on the sound because updates. All right. Appears my ass. That is Alex Pretti. Clear as flip hell. It is clear. It is clear as crap. You know, I got to give him this. That was a good kick. And I've heard people say, oh my God, people arguing against it going, oh, you know how it's fake? Nobody can kick out a tail like that way. I'm like, are you kidding? The thin plastic crap some of these are made out of? Dude, my cat could jump up, kung fu some of these lights out. He's wearing boots. And he's what, 6'2", 6'3", long-legged? That's a hell of a kick. No sound on the video. That's what I was worried about. So I'm going to have a problem. Because, is it no sound for everybody else too? Because I'm going to have a problem then. Because if I unmute this, I think you're going to have an echo. Putz. Let's try this way. I don't know if this is going to work, guys. I'm going to try it again. Let me know. Is that working? All right, there. I played some more. I'll wait. But it's clear as hell. All right, no sound. I'm gonna wait. You guys are behind. So, but I. Man, this dude, that's a hell of a kick. Illinois plates. And they drove that vehicle from Illinois. Echo. See, now I'm screwed. Yeah, okay, so guys, I don't know what I'm going to do because as soon as I undo the settings, then it goes to Echo. So we might be screwed for the day because they changed my settings. This is the last setting I can change, guys. So I don't know what they did. F them. Not very happy at the moment. If this echoes, there's nothing I can do. Here, I'm even going to reboot my mic. All right. Last time I'll try. Other than that, we're just going to have to watch it. Because that means that whatever they did, they totally... Every single setting was screwed. And I was going through them, and I can't remember them all. So, all right, last time, we'll try this.
This is a moment the news movement filmed on January 13th in Minneapolis, showing a man who appears to be Alex Pretti interacting with federal immigration agents 11 days before Border Patrol.
No, not just this. I'll wait for you guys. Well, I'm not going to wait. We keep talking. Dude, they're driving away. He went out of his way to kick their vehicle. Tell me again, leftists. Any lefty, tell me how this is peacefully protesting. It's kicky, but mostly peaceful. This is stupid. Okay, it's good now. Thank God. Holy crap. Thank you very much for your help. I appreciate it, guys, because dang. I'm not joking. Every single setting, camera, resolution, audio, all of it. My screen, how my screen's laid out, all gone. And that is not what they're supposed to do for an update. Usually, you update the software and they don't change nothing. So, okay. But dude, I mean, come on, this guy. And the thing is, I think you can see, right? He's got his gun. His gun is there. You can see it in this video somewhere. But man, he goes out of his way to boot this. Hey, Jim Patterson. What is up? The Walking Dead. Hey, Jim, I'm on early enough. So hold off on the gummies. Yeah, I recognize the license plate as Illinois since I'm stuck in Illinois. That's an Illinois plate. Some guy drove a ways up there.
All right. 11 days before Border Patrol shot and killed him.
That right there, peaceful's over. This is 11 days before. He committed multiple felonies here. As you'll see in the other angle, he spits on a cop. And I think I saw on Tim Pool earlier, Tim played it really, he's got engineers and all of his crew to help him. Played it really slow and zoomed in and you could see the spit goes in the door. He spit on the officers. He's committing felonies right there. He's out in the street. He's bashing vehicles and he's carrying. And we're going to get to something here in a little bit that I think is even scarier about this whole thing.
Our footage was analyzed by the BBC, whose facial recognition technology confirmed his identity to a 97% degree of accuracy. On the morning of January 13th, our team received a tip that federal agents were blocking a street at the corner of East 36th.
Look at that dude, this whole time in the background, he is, boy, you want to talk balls. I don't know how you guys were raised. It was never to get in the face of police, military. That is stupid. That is pure stupid. And he's just doing it. He is freaking losing it. Everybody, he was so loving and peaceful. Show me the loving and peaceful. There is no loving and peaceful. Sorry, I'm actually going to check Grumble. Oh, actually, some people, but there's almost as many people on Rumble as on YouTube. Holy crap. Rumblers, if you want to chat, feel free. I will check once in a while. If not, join the YouTube chat and chat there. But welcome and please hit thumbs up. All right. This guy's just losing his crap. Watch him in the background, man. He is not letting up. What did I just do? I did something stupid. There we go. Somehow I clicked forward. But he is losing his crap the whole time.
News movement filmed on January
Watch
13th
him.
in Minneapolis, showing a man who appears to be Alex Pretti
Spit in the door.
interacting with federal immigration agents 11 days before Border Patrol shot and killed him.
That's it.
Our
Spit
footage
on the
was
cop and
analyzed
did
by
that.
the BBC, whose facial recognition technology confirmed his identity to a
Look how he's jerking and pulling. He is having a conniption.
97% degree of accuracy. On the morning of January
Alex would never fight back. There's his gun. That is his firearm. Other people have had clearer shots, but that is his firearm. He is fighting with police actively with that same firearm, because I've seen some clearer shots of it, and it's the same firearm they took off him later, the SIG. Right there, you can see the imprint. Anybody that's ever carried knows that imprint. That is crazy. I mean, holy jeez. And it doesn't look how peaceful he is. He's like, yes, officer. Yes, officer. I've seen some AIs out there of people doing that. Here's if Alex Pretti had done this, or how it should have been. Can you move back? Yes, sir.
On the morning of January 13th, our team received a tip that federal agents were blocking a street at the corner of East 36 and Park Avenue in Minneapolis. We arrived around 10:15 a.m. We saw observers shouting at the agents as they walked back to their vehicles. When they started driving away, the man kicked their taillight. An agent then got
He didn't kick the taillight, he decimated
out of the
it.
vehicle, grabbed him, and pushed him to the ground.
Just losing his shit.
During the altercation, agents fired tear gas and pepper balls into the crowd. They continued to hold the man down before they retreat, and he walks away. The man in our footage is wearing a similar outfit.
Look at these ballsy morons. And for every one dude like Pretti out there, it's all these, God help me, I'm going to get in trouble for even using this phrase. It's all these Karens. All these awfuls. All these affluent white women. I'm sorry, middle-aged white women have lived their whole lives on easy mode. They've had no consequences for anything they've ever done. They've been supported throughout their lives. They are bored. They've had nothing to feel like they've ever had to work for anything. It's come to them. And now, I'm going to be Pancho Villa out here. I'm going to join the Rebel Alliance. Oh, God. No, you are the Empire. You are the fascists.
To what Pretti was wearing on the day he was killed.
Look at her just screeching away. And Pretti is still not stopping. Lay down. Go limp. Which is what they train their leftards to do. So it looks better on camera. This guy was unhinged. And if there was a leftist here, say something. Come on. Tell me how he's not unhinged.
What appears to be a gun is also
That is right there. You can clearly see it. Do not tell me what appears to be a gun.
what appears to be a gun.
Right there. That is clear as F. Clear as F. That is a firearm. And here's where I come into the problem. I am freaking pissed off. This guy would be alive. Huh? Come on, lefties. This guy would be alive if they had arrested him right there. He committed multiple felonies, interfering with law enforcement, spitting on an officer, which is battery, I believe. Anybody spits on you, that is a chemical attack and dangerous, especially for people like me with a horrid immune system. I will not stand for that. That is insanity. And then he assaults the vehicle as they're leaving, goes out of his way. He's committing multiple felonies. He should have been arrested on the spot. As somebody in the chat said, firearm or no. That's it. Firearm or no. I don't give a shit. But then, the firearm would be an aggravating circumstance. Every of the felonies we just listed would be amped up. Like if the felonies they committed were a class 2 or class 3, now suddenly they're a class 1. I may have that backwards. I can never remember which way it goes. But if it's a class 3 as the minor, carrying that firearm doing it, suddenly class 1, the bad. And the very fact that they missed his firearm, you're going to tell me that these agents fought with a man with a gun and then saw the gun and just said, go ahead, buddy. Bullcrap. These agents, if they screwed up anywhere, it's right here. Not arresting this prick and not noticing the firearm on him. Holy crap. Now, I mean, I'm going to stop chatting with you guys, check you guys out for a sec here. You know what I mean? Yeah, see, Joel, I saw you out of the corner of my eye. Gun or not, what possesses these people to act like this? There is a huge mental illness, mental health crisis in this country. It's huge. There are a lot of people with nothing in their lives, no meaning. And they're on SSRIs. This is also the 10 to 12 years of brainwashing from the left. Donald Trump is Nazi. Anybody that works for Trump is a Nazi. Anybody who votes for him is a Gestapo. Funny how these people weren't the Gestapo under, Obama. How the CNN went out and did a whole ride-along with ICE and talking about how amazing they were when they were even showing the same tactics as they're doing now. Warrants going door to door. And I heard some jackass today say, I don't want to hear anything about your executive warrants. I want judicial. That's not the way it works. That's never the way it works. And that is just fodder for the morons. But that's why. There's so much. These are empty, vapid people. They've been bred to hate. How do you think the left can steer them? 1 second, these people love Tesla. Next, they're burning them down, shooting holes in it, attacking people, driving them. These are sheeple. These are mentally damaged people who've been programmed that as soon as the left goes, get them. They do. But that's my dad. Don't care. We said, get them. Okay. All they do, it is no shit, point and click. Point and click. These people are so damaged now. Pretti was 37. He had problems in his life. His parents said, don't go do this crap. They've admitted it multiple times. We told him not to. He's had some problems after his divorce and everything else. He's 37. Had some problems at his job, too, from what we've been told. Not sure it's true. He's 37. When all the crap started about Donald Trump, oh my God, he's going to put all the blacks in chains. He was like 25. From 25 to 37, he's been programmed. Imagine the youngers. Imagine all these middle-aged white women sitting with their thumb in their butt at home, living off the divorce money, or their husband, sitting at home watching The View, watching MSNBC. Programmed mental illness. Brainwashing is a thing. And that's what we're dealing with. They're from the left, Joel. That's what the loonies are like, yeah. Yeah, you know what, Sog, you're not far off. The left is like this. And Sog is speaking from a little bit of a different perspective than us. Sog is in UK. And he's got his own brand of leftists over there. It does seem like the left, no matter what country you're in, are the psychos. And it seems like the more I've been taught or shown by people who've been into this stuff a lot longer than me, the more I see is the left has been the psychos forever. When we had bombings in the 60s in this country, when we've had other riots, it's been the left. I've been blind to that until not too long ago. So yeah, Sog sees it from his country. He's looking at our country going, yeah, lefties. Plot twist you probably haven't considered. Perhaps a video of him kicking out the taillight is real. It put him on ISIS's radar. Possibly. No, I didn't. I considered that already. But who's to say in the interaction that happened 11 days later where he died, who's to say those agents had any time to know who this guy was? We are talking literally thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of these rioters out there. They had a matter. This guy walks across the street, gets in their face with these two women in the incident where he lost his life. And these probably weren't the same officers. I doubt they had time to get on their phone and go, let's see, no, not him. No, hang on, just slow down, dude. Don't attack yet. Wait, don't get my face yet. Got him. Yep, he is one. I don't think these officers could remember that. That would be crazy to think they could remember, out of all the people attacking them, people being violent, people losing their fingers by grabbing flashbangs, that they remembered this dude. So I've considered that, but I just don't think that's realistic. I could be wrong, but I don't want to sound like Tim Pool riding the fence all the time. Tim Pool, 1 second, these people would end your life if they could. Next second, Tim Pool, well, I don't think anybody came out there to end anybody's life that day. Make up your flippin' mind, Timmy. This guy committed felonies with a gun multiple times. Look at him. He's unhinged. He was telling them to attack him. Sorry. All right. Left some not consequences. Yeah, that's the big problem. Sog is right. They've never had consequences, and Donald Trump is partially to blame for that. I'm not going to be like, if I really wanted to get myself in trouble and name a couple channels where they are culty rightists, Trump is amazing. Trump is doing 45D chess. I'm sorry, I love Trump. I think he's the best president of my lifetime. But he could really screw the pooch at times. And I'm not going to cover up by getting mad at somebody who says something like that in that chat and then going, hey, we'll distract by playing a chubby J.D. Vance in curly hair kung fu flying meme. Tell me you're a grifter just out for money without telling me you're a grifter just out for money and don't give a rat's ass about what you're talking about. You just had to be really, some of you guys out there just had to be really good at talking to people and getting the grift in. We don't need those people. Let's see. But yeah, you're right. No consequences. Trump is to blame for that. They've seen no consequences. Like the Biden administration is ever going to put consequences on them. They loved them. This is the Democrats' army, guys. They knew who he was when they encountered him days later and disarmed the mag dumped him. I don't think so. You are stretching at that. Unless it's the exact same officers and 11 days later they just happen to remember him. No. That is insane to think that another set of officers just happened to remember him or had time to look him up out of the thousands in their face every day. No. I see nothing to say that that's realistic. Once again, see, we can disagree here. I'm not suddenly going to jump to a J.D. Vance chubby meme or something. Or show some actress's boobies and go, hee, look distract. Thank God for plastic cars. It's not battery, it's assault. Okay. See, I can't keep track, Joel, which one's battery and which one's assault. When I grew up, if you laid hands on somebody or attacked them, it was assault. And then 10, 12 years ago, 15 years ago, everybody started saying, well, there's battery. No, that's battery. No, battery is a Duracell. So, I know I'm behind in the chat, guys, but I really want to pay attention to you. People have died from saliva. Yes, they have. Or they've gotten very ill. That's why I think when somebody bites a cop or spits in a cop's face, all bets are off. All. There are police officers who have died from bites from some of these people. And some people go out and bit cops on purpose just to end their lives. They know they've got stuff. It's like, that's scary. We put too many warning labels on things and got rid of survival of the fittest. Yes. Yeah, if you're going to use a hairdryer in the shower, go for it. If you're going to swallow your comm badge your first 2 days in Starfleet Academy, go for it. Yeah, I agree. Well, I agree. And I'm talking to somebody with a major health problem that maybe somebody go, well, maybe you shouldn't have survived either. But at least I'm not dumb enough to go eat Tide Pods or kick out a police vehicle taillight. I wouldn't spit on somebody who would cough towards Howie Mandel and Howard Stern. Democrat germaphobes. They are. Sog, wasn't there a song or a saying that London has fallen? Now, there's a big thing going on. Sog can probably talk more to this. I've only seen some of it. There's a lot. There's this big, they've co-opted the Amelia anime. And people with the AI are doing amazing over there, making Amelia animated and live action videos of this girl just decimating the leftards in Sog's country and the immigration problems. So if you haven't checked it, go on X and look up Amelia videos on UK and stuff. It's crazy. All right. So let's continue a little more. I caught up with you guys. Thank you very much for all your comments. Anybody who's watched me a long time knows I love to engage with people. I will get way behind and someone will get mad. Oh, the same thing's on the screen. Yeah, because I'm going to listen to you. Whether I agree with Jay Watterson right now or not, whether I totally agree with some of the rest of you, I don't care. I'm here to hear opinions and give mine, and we'll react and see where we can find connection. Sometimes we can't. But unlike, you know what? Unlike these absolute retards on the screen, me and Jay Watterson, I'm not going to go kick out his taillight and carry my firearm doing so. And he's not going to do the same. He's going to come over, he may get off this stream and go, oh, that dude is a moron. And I may get off the stream and go, well, that was a stretch. Rarely will I call anybody in my chat a moron. Okay, there's been a few lefties, but they've asked for it. But yeah, okay, let's continue on here.
Is also visible above his waistband.
That was a gun. That was his firearm. Totally legal to carry if he had his ID and was being peaceful. Felonies? And once again, these cops screwed up. No gun. He should have been arrested for felonies. Gun. He should have been arrested for felonies and not seen the light of day for 6 months to a year. Hey, where are you Democrats on people committing crimes while carrying a gun? But Rittenhouse. Rittenhouse didn't go attacking people, especially cops.
Here,
he's still losing his shit
at the scene.
And there's his gun sticking out. This gun's sticking right out. By the way, anybody who has concealed carry, now Illinois has what they call a peekaboo law. I'm not sure it's still valid, so don't quote me on this. But Illinois used to have what's called a peekaboo law. Let's say I'm carrying at the grocery store, if I have concealed carry. And I'm at the grocery store, oh, something's on the top shelf. My wife wants me to grab it. I reach up, and my shirt rides up and shows my firearm. You cannot get in trouble for that. At least you couldn't. Last I knew, it's a peekaboo law. So what he's doing there, bending over, they may have a peekaboo law there too. Oopsie, the shirt rode up. But he's committing felonies. It's crazy. And this one dude here was walking, and if he didn't see that, that's crazy. It's like nobody could see this invisible firearm. Because watch this dude come up behind him. Right there. That dude, it's just amazing he didn't see that. All right. We'll get through this, and we'll do the other angle real quick. He's going back for more.
The Department of Homeland Security claims Pretti, a 37-year-old ICU nurse, approached officers holding a handgun.
That was a stupid thing to say. It was dumb. He didn't have a handgun. Not everybody said that in the government. A few people did, and whoever told them that info should be fired. Kristi Noem was paying attention to her advisors. So was, brain fart, ICE agent head guy. They were told this by people supposedly on the scene. Their their staff. They can only go by what their staff says. So, that was stupid. He did approach them with a gun, but he was getting in their face again, which is a felony, and then a felony, even double when he's carrying. And once again, When the day Pretti got killed, he didn't just lay down. Just lay down and stop fighting, and he wouldn't do it. This guy was egging a fight everywhere he could.
That claim has been contradicted by analysis of bystander videos from multiple news investigations,
100%.
which concluded that Pretti was holding a phone, not a gun, when he was into the street.
Yep. But during the fight, it's arguable, he reached for that firearm. Where it was disarmed, he reached for it. And it doesn't matter. This goes right back to the Renee Good thing. Here, let me finish this and I'll... Look at all the women there. It's like a dating club for lefty men.
Shortly after the altercation we filmed here on January 13th, federal agents drove away.
A mistake. They should have drove away with him in handcuffs, and her girlfriend, their dog, the poor Honda pilot, and the officer in that situation. The situation wouldn't even have happened without her piss poor decision making, and Alex Pretti did the same thing. In fact, I'm sorry, he was even worse than Renee Good. He knew what happened with her. He was involved in this altercation. His parents had warned him. And supposedly there's another altercation between this one and the one where he lost his life, where he suddenly supposedly got a rib broken. Some say this is where he got his rib broke, which is another whole discussion. Because he sure didn't look like he had a broken rib when he was still fighting at the end of this, or going back in to get in their face again, or when the day he lost his life. I personally have had 2 fractured ribs. I was not swinging my arms wildly, kicking, fighting, wrestling with 4 or 5 guys. Of course, I don't do that anyway. So there's a whole bunch of bullshit there. I have never seen records proving he had a fractured rib. I'm wondering if it was he tells the other leftards, they fractured my rib. And he got points for that. Think of that. Oh, you king. You king. That's what I think happened. My opinion. That's my opinion. But he made horrendous, stupid, idiotic choices that put the whole situation in motion. The AI out there that shows Alex Pretti backing off, and the officer says, back up. Okay, sir. Still holding his camera. Back up, okay. That's what should have happened. But not to the left. The left are lunatics. So, okay. Let's see. Did I have the other angle? Yeah, right here. Let's see. Up. There we go. Is it going to blow up? Nope. Oh, it ain't going to play. Gosh darn it. I thought I had that one set to play. But that's the spit. There it is. There's the spit. There's his spit flying right into the door, and it goes in before it's open. I'll have to try to find that damn thing. Where's the other angle? He spits in the car door there. Where is it? Thought I had the other angle. Spits in the car. What type of balls? Oh, come on. No. There's an angle for this. I don't know where it is, but there it is. Why is it playing there? Well, that's weird as crap. Okay, whatever. I'm just wondering right by it. But this dude, yeah, it's the spit goes in the car door. Then I'll check with you guys here in a sec, but just no.
Look at you! That's a straight bitch! Fucking something!
He right there. I don't know if you can hear it over all the retards with their horns and whistles, which is another problem for these officers. You can't hear what's going on. You got to be on your guard. So much noise and crap going around you that could cover gunfire. He just said, assault me. He was not only committing multiple felonies, he was egging it on while carrying. He is the aggressor while carrying a firearm. Come at me, lefties. I grew up around firearms. I know firearms etiquette. I've had CCL. You do not do this. The brain damage, insanity, the rabid, foaming retardedness to do that is solely on the left. Come at me, lefties. Show me righties doing this. Show me centrists, which is where I'm closer to, doing this. Insane humans programmed by the Democrats.
Fuck you guys! Fucking crap!
There it goes, right inside. Zoop. And, yep, it got inside the door right there. Tim Pool, you go and check Tim Pool's video from today. He did a zoom on this. It gets inside. And then he goes and kicks the door. I mean, what the? Yeah, peaceful. See this officer right here in this vehicle going, what the shit? This Explorer right here, watch this crap. He goes to kick the car, and this officer goes, what the? Dude, he went out of his way. Look at him wind up. He knew what he's going to do. Look at Pretti. He winds up. But watch this cop in the car right here. Right here. This guy in the passenger seat. He does a Stewie. And head goes, what the shit? What the shit? He did not. Man. And I'm going to say it again. When are we going to start arresting these people for honking their horns ad nauseum and blowing whistles? It is against sound ordinances. It's actually against traffic laws to just honk your horn for no reason. All right, let me catch up with you guys here. They were always together back in the day, assault and battery. Okay. I don't know, Jim. I just know there's a difference. Now people say, that's not assault, that's battery. I've even heard lawyers on YouTube talk about it. Well, that's not a battery, that's assault. I'm like, oh, for the love of God. Blue flip-flop. Uh-oh. I'm ugly if the guy looks like a weirdo. I will say this. If you go to his social media, I'm not going to say shit about his looks. As a dude, one, it's not my type. But I'm not the prettiest thing in the world. I thank my wife every day for dating down. But I don't know, man. Boy, he had better lungs than me. I can't yell like that. I need those lungs. Holy crap. Wasted. Dude wasted a good set of lungs. That'll tick me off more than anything. Why is my chat not updating? All right. I'm at work in the office for a change. Can't watch live. No problem, Rad. How you doing, buddy? Yeah, I'm screwing everybody up by coming on earlier than normal for me. Oops. In fact, I'm going to bet this video gets, even for my tiny channel, a quarter of the views because of that. I mean, I know I'm streaming around a lot of big guys, which I have no problem. Whatever. All right. Most of them are big because they're good and been at it for a long time, except there's a few that are just grifting pricks. And there's a few that are, I'm really still trying to like, but boy, starting to seem culty. I don't like cultists on the left or the right. Hey, Rad, thank you, buddy. I appreciate you even stopping in. Pop me a thumbs up, would you, and check it out later. All right, Swamp Rat. I had 3 cracked ribs, and I couldn't raise my arm, at least not fast. I couldn't even soak in a tub because of the pressure. Oh, I never thought of that. Whew. Woof, 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 woof. Even putting on or taking off a shirt was painful. Yes. Now, my ribs got fractured in racquetball tournaments where people swung and shouldn't have. Yeah. Woo-hoo-wee. That was bad move. Yeah, got swung on a couple times and crack. Oh, crap. Yeah, the putting on and off the shirt thing. Oh, dude, that was horrid with a fractured rib. Let alone Alex Pretti's walking around supposedly 6 to 11 days after he got a fractured rib, holding up a camera, walking around, running across the street. He's waving cars the day he died, waving on cars. Dude, I wasn't waving crap. I know some lefties go, well, you're a wuss. Says the people that are only brave in groups. Yeah. No lefties ever got in my face alone or unless they were 100 pounds bigger than me. So, I love how lefties like to say that. All right. But no, the broken ribs thing, the bathtub soak I never thought of. Oh, that would have been horrid. But shirts? But he was just doing stuff like normal. Jogging across the street 6 to 11 days later. Because some say there's another incident between this one and the one where he died. That where he got a broken rib. Some say this is where it happened. Sure didn't look like he had a broken rib here. Because when it just happens, you're going, oh shit, ow, 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 ow. Anybody's ever fractured or totally broke a bone, you know that horrible feeling hits your head and your gut. Oh, it's nasty. Gargoyle, what's up? Nurses learn a lot about being difficult from patients. Gargoyle, yeah. But thing is, I spent a lot of time in hospitals as a kid and an adult. Who did I never screw with? I may argue with the doctors. I never screwed with the nurses. Nurses love me. But I'm like, nah, you don't screw with the people that could make you walk sideways for a week. Jim Patterson, I've broken ribs several times. Motocross, and I couldn't even take a deep breath. I mean, I know it depends on the ribs, guys. Upper ribs are much worse. But even lower ones, the floating rib areas, he was doing too much for broken ribs. I'm going to say my opinion is the rib fracture thing was bullshit. You are in excruciating pain for like 3 weeks if you bump that or hurt that or tap it. Let alone tackle cops or get in the way of cops or waving cars on or jogging across the street. So yeah. Swamp Rat. I saw a video of a guy open hand pimp slapping, making a lady eat her whistle. Oh my God. The whistles are just the stupidest thing ever. Once again, they should be arrested for that. Their sound ordinance gets just honking your horn for no reason on the road, just blowing whistles. There are ordinances. We have laws so we can all live together. And it's crazy that disturbing the peace laws have not been enacted. Open hand swallow a whistle. Oh no. Did you check your emails? Oh, my soda bottles. Todd, Joel, I did count them. 90. Exactly 90. Counted them. I thought of you, man. I'm like, I'm going to catch hell if I don't remember this time. 90. And in my closet back here, I have another 9 more. So I could have 99 if I had space. 90 is all I could fit up there with the tiny gaps so the light shows. Ha! I remembered. So yes, I know I have not checked my emails though. Just getting on here and trying to get my lungs picked up, talking to my doctors. My father had a incident where he had to be run to the hospital. It's been nuts. And they found out he has pneumonia. Thankfully it's not bad, but he has pneumonia. It's like, oh good grief. Not like an 86-year-old guy fighting some type of skin cancer that has a little bit of pneumonia. Oh lordy. 90. Oh, London Bridge is falling down, my fair lady, yes. Let's see, I know I'm behind, guys. I'm going to catch up and we'll move on. London Bridge is in Lake Havasu, Arizona. It is. I found it in Reels and forgot to thumbs up. Oh, okay. I haven't used Reels. Of course, I don't use TikTok. But we'll see how that goes. I run VPNs. I don't know how much they can scam off of my stuff anyway. Oh, let's see. Think about trying to tie your shoes or wipe. Oh! Wiping your butt is one thing, but yeah, trying to tie your shoes. Because you're using both arms and lots of muscles back and forth. Oh. Depending on which rib it is, you better hope it's not your wiping hand, because that's... Oh. Dude, nice one. I still put pressure. The ribs are broken and it hurts. Yeah, on a couple of my bones, like my leg that I broke, my collarbone, my x-rays, my doctors say, look like a road map of river tributaries, because the cracks, you can see where that fracture's healed. And it never totally goes away. But yeah, I got a few of those. My appendix scar, because they had to leave it open to bleed out because mine ruptured and was infected for days, still hurts. So yeah, that stuff hurts. The body will remind you about stupid crap you did. All right. So, but no, I mean, I think the whole narrative is done. And the left went out and just tried to take down that video. They know it destroys their narrative. Even though I'm not sure it does. There are still leftards out there saying that Renee Good was driving... She had her wheels turned. It doesn't matter to these people. We've played it on this channel. Multiple channels better than me have played it. Clearly, she did not when she first took off. After she started moving the second time, she did turn, but not enough. And it doesn't matter. You do not try to drive away, one, when there's a person near the front of your vehicle, officer or not. Two, you do not try to drive away when a police officer says, get out of your car. Once again, they like to negate and forget all of the crap that got that situation or caused that situation. I'm not going to believe people who did this. You can go to any of this guy's social media. This, on the left, is Alex Pretti. This dude on the right is not. So, yeah. I mean, what a load of crap. Yeah, this hurt these people. This chick looks so pissed. But before I go on to her, I am mad. The ICE agents screwed the pooch. No matter what you think about the day Pretti got killed. No matter what you think about that day. I don't care if you're on the left, the right, the center, I don't friggin' know. It doesn't matter. I am even more pissed at the agents from the day we just watched that they didn't arrest him for the felonies he committed. He may not have been on the street 11 days later, especially with firearm charges. And he had a firearm. That right there contributed to his death. The very fact that, I'm sorry, I'm putting blame on Donald Trump here. The very fact Trump is not told Holman, Noam, whatever, we arrest these people for committing felonies against us. Trump would not put his foot down. As some of you guys in the chat said, they've seen no consequences. And once again, Trump had fallen into that pattern of no consequences. If Pretti had consequences there, he'd probably still be alive today. I'm not sure of that. But there's a good chance he would have been on the street that day. Things might have changed. Maybe he would have woke up in jail and go, damn, dude, what the flip am I doing? Or his parents would have come down to bail him out going, that's it, you're done, you're getting help. Something. Or even if he went back out, this exact situation wouldn't have happened, maybe he'd still be alive. It's just nuts. But this, you can just see, I like this. She's dying inside. I have to admit he was not. The innocent nurse. Abby Phillips is horrendous. She is one of the most dishonest, lying, my opinion, racist people in news right now. She's picked up the Joy Reid mantle. Heavily. She is a turd donkey.
The family has confirmed to CNN that the man that you see in this video...
Well, that's weird. My headphones ain't rebooting.
...by the outlet, The News Movement, is in fact...
There it goes.
He is seen shouting...
Sorry.
A newly surfaced video shows Alex Pretti getting into a physical clash with federal agents 11 days before he was fatally shot. The family has confirmed to CNN that the man that you see in this video that was released by the outlet The News Movement is, in fact, Pretti. He is seen shouting at agents before kicking.
Sorry about the volume, guys. This is as loud as it is.
At their vehicle's taillights. The agents then stop, exit the...
Kicking at the taillights? No. He decimated that taillight. Even then, she's still trying to moderate it. She ain't kicking at the taillights. No, decimating the taillights. That was not a fiery, but mostly peaceful kick.
Their vehicle and tackle Pretti to the ground. A struggle ensues. But a few minutes later, Pretti gets up, and a gun appears to be tucked into his waistband. Now, it's unclear if the agents noticed it in the...
Obviously, they didn't. Because I'm going to say right now, if these agents noticed his firearm, what she said there is, it's unclear if the agents noticed it. I'm going to say they didn't. Because I swear to all that's holy, if these agents, after everything that man did that day, noticed his firearm and still walked away from him, every single one of them should never have a job in law enforcement again. Ever. And not only that, I'll be even more harsh. Once again, I'm not a cultist. They should never be able to own firearms themselves. Ever again. That's it. If you looked at this guy committing felonies, attacking you, and he had a firearm and you said, and walked away, we do not need in this job. You should never be around a firearm again. You should never be in a position to jail or put somebody's life in BS if you arrest them or something. You know, no hand over us.
This altercation, but the agents ended the confrontation there. And
that's a gun. That is a gun, Abby.
Decided to walk away. Now, again, we don't know what took place immediately before this footage.
Yeah, we do. Yes, we do. Because there's more footage that you didn't show. You notice when she started it? Here. I am right here. I'm at 47 seconds, but look where they started it. Watch where she starts this.
The newly surfaced video shows Alex Pretti getting into a physical clash with federal agents 11 days before he was fatally shot. The family has confirmed...
There's another angle, and she knows it. Just got some of it, but the other angle shows all of it.
The man that you see in this video...
That's spitting there, lady. You know exactly what happened. The cops tried to drive away. He attacked them.
We don't know what took place immediately before this footage. Another video reported by a local attorney shows more of the aftermath, including the agents turning around and leaving before deploying some type of smoke device at the protesters who were gathered there. Now, the attorney also captured this brief interaction that he had with Pretti.
You okay? You okay? Okay? I'm okay. I'm okay. Are we all okay? Are we all okay? You okay?
But this new footage is intensifying an already heated debate in this country about ISIS presence.
In the ISIS presence? Hey, no, you know what it does? It proves ICE is not instigating this crap. ICE is not the problem. They're going around doing their job, and these lunatics are attacking them. If this guy stood on the sidewalk and screamed at them, called them wieners, videoed them, whatever, nothing would have happened. He spit on them and ran up to kick their vehicle and fight with them. Stop blaming the people doing their jobs. This was just bad. Elizabeth Warren's reading this. I don't know if you guys have seen this. I'll catch up with you guys. We'll go over this. This is stupid. I love Donald Trump putting this on here like this. All right. They did the same photo manipulation Joe Rogan. Yeah, where they made Joe look green. And you would think Joe Rogan would notice that. Because, I don't know, I haven't seen a lot of what Joe Rogan said on this. But he's been really... Well, Joe Rogan's kind of a leftist anyway. He's been moving back to the left pretty hard on this. Even though Donald Trump, you know, everybody talked to him for the administration before in the election. He knew what was coming. Stop acting surprised, Joe. Don't be Bill Maher and just swing where the winds are. Stop it. You got turned green, Joe. They lied about you. You should know what they do. But yeah, it's crazy. If you lie all the time, I'm not going to believe you. They tell the truth. Cry wolf. Yes, Peter and the Wolf. My parents had that on record and played it for me and my brother ad nauseum. Not just because my dad loved the music. Because you teach this to kids. And now we don't teach sticks and stones may break my bones and words will never hurt me. We teach words hurt. Words are violence. Ah! Craziness. Swamp rat. Problem is we thought we were invincible in youth. And old age said, you remember when you used your body instead of the transmission jack? Wise, swamp rat, wise. Yes. There are many times my body now likes to go, hey, remember when you should have grabbed that rubber mallet or the oh, come on, the low impact, the boom mallet? But no, you said, I'll just whack that tire off with my hand that's stuck. Or, hey, I'll just smack the end of that wrench real hard to torque it or break it loose that way. Yeah, I remember. Now I feel it. Pepperidge Farm remembers, yeah, so do my joints and bones. CNN used to make Trump look like an orange Oompa Loompa. Yes, and they still do at times. Yeah. Why do you think everybody still calls him the Cheeto? Cheeto Man? The orange man bad. That's where that came from. They made him look like Chester Cheetah's friggin' long-lost cousin. Oh, no, I did not see that. Swamp Rat. Pretti's wife came out saying how abusive he was. Well, he does look like he has some anger issues. I have not seen that. I'll look it up here in a sec. Please no sticks and stones. All right, we'll play this, and I'll look up Pretti's wife. Wow, Swamp Rat, I did not hear that.
Caring for people was at the core of who he was.
No, I'm sorry.
He was.
I don't know if you guys heard that.
Caring for people was at the core of who he was. He was incapable of causing harm.
Really?
Alex carried patience, compassion, and calm as a steady light within him. Even at the very end, that light was there.
I need the, you sure about that? You sure about that? On a button.
Was there. I recognized his familiar stillness and signature calm composure. Caring for people was at the core of who he was. He was incapable of causing harm. Alex carried patience, compassion, and calm as a steady light within him. Even at the very end, that light was there. I recognized his familiar stillness and signature calm composure.
We never saw that. Where did you see it, Liz? Where did you see it there, Pow Wow Chow? You didn't know this guy. You knew nothing. You're reading a speech written by some underling under you that probably tells you how to vote. You didn't know him. You probably haven't even seen all the videos of this guy. To come out and say this, I don't care what party. I dislike when politicians start talking out their ass like this. I don't care who you are. You don't know jack about the rest of us out on the street. If she saw all those videos, bull. Her staff watched some of them and told her how to act and what to say. Marjorie Taylor Greene at least busted that out. These people don't do their own jobs. They know nothing about the bills they're signing. They don't even pick on whether or not they're going to vote half the time. They're told what to do. It's their staff that we maybe should have elected, I guess.
Caring for people was at the...
No, he wasn't. He's a... None of what she says there is true. I'll retweet that. Jesus. Yeah, it's just... We can go back over it, but, you know... It's just stupid. He caused his own death. And I know some leftists get mad at me when I say that. He caused his own death. 100% he did. 100%. All right, here, let me check here. I want to see. I'm not sure if it'll come up on here, but let's see. Well, now this is his own parents, and his parents have come out and made multiple statements. Right after his death, they said, we told him not to do this. We told him, fine, protest, do not engage. They've come out and said other stuff since. Leftists want a statue erected in the spot where this useful idiot with mental illness fafoed. Yeah. Remember, these are the same people that cheered about Charlie Kirk. Charlie deserved it. Alex Pretti was amazing. He gets you right here. He was just so epic. And Charlie Kirk's piece of shit deserves to die. Dude, I'm sorry. Sorry about this one. Yeah, that was Pocahontas. If I had to choose, if there's no choice, they're going to build a statue to one of two pricks. Either it's going to be Alex Pretti or Renee Good. I would choose Renee Good any day of the week. She was a doofus. She thought she was LARPing along. She's sitting there dancing, hitting that horn. She thought she was just playing a game, and her wife, girlfriend, led her into that. But if there's gonna be a statue, I get no choice. It's gonna be built for one of the two of them. Her any day of the week. Alex Pretti did not deserve a statue. Does not deserve a statue. He is much, much more culpable in his own death than even Renee Good was. And I think she was damn culpable. Her girlfriend is way culpable. In a perfect world, she'd be up on charges. She'd be on charges. Leftards wanted a statue erected. Alex Pretti's parents said he had become brainwashed by liberals. Huh. That sounds kind of like the whole Charlie Kirk thing. It's almost like leftism is a disease. You go leftist, you start shooting at people, running people over, attacking people, going into schools and churches and ending people. Seems to be a problem. Maybe we could glean off probably 60% of all leftards, and holy crap, can end most of our problems. His wife divorced him because he became too woke. Wow. I don't know if this image right here is real. I really don't. To me, yeah, there's a lot of makeup there, but I don't know if that's actually him. I'm not going to be that guy until I know for sure. I've seen other people look at it and go, maybe, don't know. I'm not sure. Alex Pretti's wife divorced him for being woke. He deleted all of his social media before heading out to protest. I wonder it was ending yourself by cop on his agenda. Dude, the way we just saw him get in the cop's face, maybe. He was known to have a quick temper and often ranted. It was not unusual to hear him mumbling to himself. Working with him was hard. Yes, I heard he had job troubles. Once again, I'm unsure of how much. He quit his job to stalk federal agents. He attacked them on more than one occasion. This is a felony, yes. Parents said he became brainwashed. His wife divorced him because of this. I never did any of this nut job. Well, ex-Pretti, always on the wrong side of decency, yeah. Ex-partner breaks silence. Years of abuse. Oh, boy. Let me see where this goes. All right, here, let me look over here real quick. We're about done with Alex. Let me see. I know you guys put a name in there. Rachel Canown. Some people spell, I don't know if that's spelled right. All right, here we go. All right, let me catch up with you guys. We'll look at this. My son's third grade picture He has a big black eye from a dirt clod fight. I told him it was a trophy. A lot of us got hurt. A lot of us got hurt playing stuff. Honestly, I don't think today's kids are raised, and I will say this, a lot of the parents in my area where I live, there are kids still out playing. I've seen them get hurt. My wife's, I don't want to throw the family in this too much, but my wife's brother and sister-in-law have some kids, and I'll tell you what, those kids fall down and skin knees. I raised kids. Kid falls down, skin knee. They go, okay, yeah. Are you still alive? Go play. And I'll tell you what, brother-in-law and his wife are just like that. They're like, oh, quit. That ain't nothing. Go. They still raise kids to be tough. A lot of kids these days, they don't get that. They have elbow pads, knee pads, and a helmet to ride a big wheel. Go look that crap up. A big wheel box now has a picture of a kid fully kitted out. He's on something this far off the ground. These kids never get hurt. They don't feel pain. They're just anger all the time. They're told they're right all the time. How dare anybody disagree with them, because words hurt and words are violence. Then they go out and do this crap and get hurt and they're surprised. They don't handle this. But yeah, Jim, that's the way I was raised. My God, how do you think I broke so many bones? Hey, let's go try this. Well, that was a dumb idea, wasn't it? Won't do that again, will you? Sometimes I did. Didn't Kamala say the more woke, the better? Yes, she did. At least he had the skills to modify a tank. Are you talking about the movie Tank? Oh. All right. Rachel Canown, ex-wife Alex Pretti. Pretti's ex-wife, who spoke to the AP, but later said she didn't want her name used for fear of retaliation. I understand that. I really do. Leftards are nuts. Said she was not surprised he would have... Not surprised he would have been involved in protesting Trump's immigration crackdown. She said she had not spoken to him since they divorced more than 2 years ago, and she moved to another state. She said he was a Democratic voter and that he had participated in the wave of street protests following the killing of George Floyd. So he's not new to this. In fact, they found him all over these signal chats that Cam Higbee blew that out first. Others have gleaned through the information Cam got out there and found insane stuff, including Pretti and including a lot of people around Walls. That is sedition at best, guys. So he was involved in this crap. He's been a woke rioter for a long time. These were not protests that took out cities, full blocks, ended the lives of over 40 people, injured thousands, damaged $4 billion in properties. Not $2 billion. $2 billion was insured property. $4 billion is closer to the real number. Killing George Floyd by Minneapolis police officer in 2020 had nothing to do with the drugs that were high enough to kill a beluga whale in him. A couple's neighborhood, she described him as someone who might shout at law enforcement officers at a protest. She had never known him to be physically confrontational. Well, I tell her this, in the last 2 years, he went down that hill. And I will say this, he may have made a mistake in not treating his wife right enough to keep her. If that's what happened. I don't know. Maybe she's a tard. I don't know. A good woman can keep a man from doing stupid shite. Can keep a man more balanced when he's lost and listless and has nothing. Men can do stupid shite. Of course, so can middle-aged white women that are bored. Sometimes having that somebody to center you is a good thing. Because he was obviously physically confrontational. She said Pretti got a permit to carry a concealed firearm about 3 years ago, and that he owned at least one semi-automatic handgun when they separated. Okay. Don't care about the owning gun. So, yeah. So, okay. Well, thank you for the news update on that. I did not know that. I did not. Did not know that she'd come out and said something. I'll bet she doesn't want to be on record. I can't tell how many times I heard walk it off. Yep. And I'll tell you what, we played any type of ball, from T-ball on up to high school. There was a winner. Now, nobody wins. We don't keep score. That's not preparing kids for life. That is not. Life is a competitive sport. Teaching kids that it isn't, nothing's competitive. You're always going to get the trophy and the ice cream no matter what. That's not helping kids. That's insane. Green pine cones hurt when they're used in kid wars. Yes. So do ink pen refills stuck in the end of an air-powered BB gun. Yeah. Bad move. You grew up in the country. Fell a 12-foot roof once, told to walk it off. Did a belly flop in the creek and told to swim. Yeah, swim or drown. Yeah. Yeah. Now, let me ask you a question, Swamp Rat. Did you fall off? Or was this the time where every guy, this is the movement into manhood. Every real man jumped off a garage or a roof with an umbrella. It'll work, man. That's how you became a man. When you learned physics. You know that guy crossed his legs like a female. Probably, Joel. Probably. Oof. But thanks for the heads help on that, guys. I did not know that. I did not know that. See, that's not him. I'm sorry. I'm going to say that is not him. That does not look like this dude. The face is too wrong. Now, see, we don't need stuff like this. That does not look like him at all. To me. I'm not going to play games where I won't do that either direction. That does not look like him. The facial structure's not right. The nose is straight, not twisted like his. No. Jaw's wrong. Now, I'm not going to say this is this dude. All right. Trying to see if there's anything new here. Emotional interview. A former wife shared her own experience with him. Story marked not by compassionate caregiver, described by colleagues, but years of physical, emotional turmoil. Ugh. We were young and in love and hopeful about our future. I wonder how long they were married. According to her account, episodes of anger and intimidation escalated over time into patterns of control. She described a cycle of verbal abuse, belittlement, and at times physical violence left her isolated and afraid to share the truth with friends or family. Yee. Once again, we don't 100% know how much of what she says is true. So to any of you lefties getting angry automatically, I'm reading what they say she said. But I'm not 100% sure. I wasn't there. But it sounds to match with the way the guy acted. If we had to go by the way we seen him act, well, I was hit, pushed, shouted at. Not once, but twice. Not twice, but repeatedly. It wasn't a single incident that broke me. It was years of walking on eggshells, trying to protect myself in her home. Wow. Well, she said that while Pretti could be warm, attentive, in public, offering praise for his caregiving as an ICU nurse in Minneapolis, Virginia. At the Minneapolis VA, not Virginia, dummy. Dude, healthcare system. At home, he was a different person. He knew how to make people feel seen when others were watching. Behind closed doors, his temper and his words were deeply hurtful. Yeah. I knew somebody like this. I used to have an ex-friend who out in public, life of the party, good guy, treated his wife right. Dude, I didn't know till later. She left him because he was beating her. I had no clue. I'd known this man, I crap you not, for 20 plus years of my life. And then I find out he was beating her. And then I saw some of the photos and stuff. Because she'd been keeping track of some of the abuse. And some other people had too. Holy gods. So yeah, you don't know sometimes. You just don't know. That is nuts. And plus, once again, we saw how he acted. We saw at least twice how this man acted. He was very angry. Her decision to speak out has drawn mixed reactions. Some listeners see her testimony as painful but necessary. Yeah, we need honesty. We need to know, one, what type of guy he really was. The narrative from the left cannot be left to stand if it's false. If it was real, fine. But we need a true picture. Also, we need to know, maybe we can find out what caused this man to go this way. What happened? If he started out a good guy and went downhill, maybe we can find out what happened. Because, man, we don't want any more of that for anybody else. Because Renee Good, Alex Pretti, we're not like them. We aren't going, yeah, he deserved it, screw him. We're not doing the Charlie Kirk or, those kids in the church or whatever, or the school, whatever, stages, No. It's horrid. These people have lost their lives. But their own decisions and the crazy media and Democrat Party pushing them there are also part of it. We need to have a full, no pun intended, autopsy of what made these people like this. Let's see. Others see as conflicting with the memory of a man who, according to his parents and many witnesses, was a compassionate caregiver and an advocate for others. His own parents said he went bad. His own parents said he got brainwashed. So you're not being honest here on this story. This is not, Buzz Report's not being totally honest. His own parents say he went ODFS. It's craziness. Conflicting with the memory of a man. Once again, you saw him in public, most of you. You didn't see him at home. You didn't see the anger issues and the attacks. Let's see. Memory of a man recording parents, witnesses, a caregiver. Well, we already know that. We already said the opposite. Not the opposite, but that he went bad. Had problems. I'm not trying to erase Alex's good qualities, she said, wiping tears. I also can't pretend the pain I lived through never happened. People are more than the lessons of their worst memories, of their worst moments, but they are also more than their best. She's right. She's very right. Jesus. Yeah, so anybody that attacks her over this is stupid. She's being honest. Now we're going to move on a little second here. I'll catch up with you guys. We're not going to be on a lot longer, guys. But once again, do me a favor. Please hit thumbs up. Share the stream out if you think anybody, right or left or center, has anything to say or contribute. Or just wants to come in and laugh at me and throw a flip-flop. That's fine, too. To the 4 people on Rumble, I see you there. Thank you very much. And please feel free to comment or stop into the YouTube chat. All right. Oh, where did I leave off with you guys? I'm going to walk it off. Oh no, I had to grab a hammer out of the gutter and fell. Oh my God. What, Swamp Rat? No, wait a minute. Did you really just fall? Oh my Lord. That looked like Antifa Kyle. Oh my God. Sounds like he never grew up, and I know who that is, barely. I heard that a couple days ago, and I had to look. It's like, ugh. It sounds like he never grew up and was never told no as a kid. Possibly. You might be right, Sog. A lot of these people are like that. A lot of these are the everybody gets a trophy generation grown up. And we're going to blame the parents just as much. Because the parents raised these kids this way. They never grounded them, never spanked them. Sorry, spanking worked for thousands of years. They never grounded them, took away their phones, told them no. Dude, if I threw a tantrum in the grocery store, like a lot of kids today, one of my parents is dragging me out of the car. And I wasn't going to enjoy the time out there with them. I got put in the corner. I got in trouble a lot. There were consequences. So These kids have no consequences. And that's the problem. They pretty much run the house. And I blame the parents just as much. If the left discredits her, then what happened to believe all women? Well, swamp rat. It's funny how the left says believe all women, but they can't tell you what a woman is. Just saying. Believe all women. You sure that's a woman? Who's she going to identify as a woman? Well, the funniest police body cam videos I ever watched, this leftard is going off on this cop. You can't do this to a woman. You're a man. He goes, he right out said, I don't know. How do you know I don't identify as a woman? Oh, she lost her crap. And he asked again, how do you know what I identify as? Oh, it was one of the happiest moments of my life to see that tossed back at one of these people. But yeah, I love it. Believe all women. But you sure that's a woman? Nah. In this day and age, how can anyone be brainwashed by the media? It happens. It happens. It's easy. Because they stick into a bubble and watch the bubble. That's why I always tell you guys, you don't have to like it. And you've seen a lot of these streams. I pull up a lot of center or leftist crap. You gotta actually dig into both sides. That's why all studies out there show people in the center and the right are more educated about actually what's happening and more rounded and can actually have a discussion with the other side on their beliefs. The left cannot. They are not educated, do not know, do not care. They learn nothing, know nothing. Because they stick on their bubble only. So never become that. You may not like it. You may feel brain cells crying out in pain. You may go, oh my God, these retards. You may get angry. You got to know what is coming at you. You got to know what the dummies are saying, what they're doing, what they're being told. You may never change your mind. Like I said at the beginning of the stream, you cannot argue with these people. You cannot show them facts. They will look at the facts and still say, no, her wheels were not turned that way. She never hit the officer. Alex was a peaceful guy. It's ICE that's doing all the attacks. Really? Really? It doesn't matter what facts are. These are angry, empty, vapid people looking for a cause. They want to be Pancho Villa. They want to be the Rebel Alliance, whatever. God help me for picking the Rebel Alliance, putting the Rebel Alliance in there. My God. They scream fascism, but everything they do is, instead of wearing black bloc, you should be wearing brown bloc. You should be wearing brown shirts. So yeah, even Bill Maher come out and said, ma'am, Danny is a straight up communist. Wow. So yeah. All right, let's see here. Yep, just shoe slipped the shingles. I was grabbing at the air, and oh my God. Swamp rat. Jeez. Don't get yourself ended listening to this stream, dude. Holy crap. I'm good, man. What we need is what the threat was that the agent saw before opening fire. Well, somebody yelling gun, gun, gun is what it was. And then the guy reaching, and in the heat of the moment, once again, we, just like Renee Good, and now with this one, we are sitting here in computers, on our phones, in our houses in nice warm weather, sipping a drink, eating our dinner, whatever, looking on the big screen. We get multiple angles. We get minutes and hours and days to forward, back, zoom in, enhance, analyze, turn down the shadows. We get all of that. You play that in real time and listen. This guy is fighting with them, fighting with them physically. Don't look like he has much of a broken rib, does it? So I'm calling bullshit on the broken rib thing again. He's fighting like crazy. You have a broken rib. You are fighting. I don't care if it's one of the bottom ones. You are bent over like that fighting. Your shit's going to shut down. That is BS. I'm calling BS on the broken rib. He said it to get points. Once again, though, back to my Amtrak problem here. I derailed. In seconds, one officer disarms, but he yells, gun, gun, gun. The others are, oh, shit, this guy has a gun. Before anybody communicated was off him, another officer sees him, they back up, they see him reach, or see something black in his hand. They don't know. We've got to be careful overanalyzing, going, yep, even if it confirms our belief that, yeah, Pretti was a jackass, or he shouldn't have done this, or he got himself in trouble and got himself offed. We've got to be careful whether it confirms or goes against our belief, overanalyzing and watching. Even in court, there's a reason. It's what the officer was reasonably able to think or know in the moment. That's why they don't do a lot of slow-mo, rewind, take hours and hours to show this stuff in court. It's, here's real time what happened and was heard. And by the way, you got assholes blowing horns and whistles. Makes it even more chaotic and hard to hear anything. But they probably heard gun, gun, gun. It does look like his own SIG P320 went off. It's a huge problem for these firearms. I would never own one. It looks like it went off. And then you can see the officer carrying it by the grip. He ain't touching that trigger. So that firearm may have contributed to this poor guy's death. So you got a firearm that went off after everybody hearing gun, 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 and you have a 1/10 of a second to decide whether you want to go home to your family or not after hearing bang from a guy that's fighting you. Looks like he has something black in his hand. You have that. So reasonably, do I think it was a reasonable shoot in the situation? Yes. Do I like it? No. Do I wish he'd backed up when the officer said, get back? And okay. But you're still a pig. I don't care. Once again, his choices. His choices. We can't get caught up on what happened after. As horrendous as it is, he put himself there 100%. And in a second's chaotic moment, those officers reasonably acted probably reasonable. That's that. That's my view. We may not agree, but that is 100%. When we get to sit here and watch it ad nauseum, slow-mo, not sitting in all the tear gas, sound, smoke, somebody fighting with you, worried about the other 600 people around you about to attack you. Totally different. Totally different. All right. We did see a lot of what happened before. Because he came up from across the street and got in the agents' faces with those women. There's video shows the minutes before. He got out of the car, ran across these women to get in the agents' faces. Right there, he's interfering in law enforcement, and that's a felony. So we do know a lot of it. And you can, don't give me BS semantics thing, because BS semantics is saying, well, we got to see the hour before, the 3 hours before, the 6 days before, the 2 years before. No, if Alex and Renee had stopped 100 different times during these videos and just stopped, they'd be alive. Do not blame the officers when the person was committing felonies and chose to keep doing so. My gosh, you cannot do that. I know you don't like government. You don't like, I don't know, whatever, but it's not reasonable to sit there and go, well, it's just BS unless we have 8,000 views in 8K or something. And I know I'm putting words in your mouth. I'm being a dick. So I'll say it before you think it. I'm being a dick. Yep, she's, okay. I've seen it so much. I wonder, Nanners and rice taste like, oh, that chick getting arrested just made me happy too. Believe it or not, there are still people who think there will be mass deportation. Oh, I don't. I'm not one of them, Jay Watterson. Which is why we're talking about this coming up, yeah. No, you and I are going to agree on that 100%. I think it's dead. Those channels I'm talking about, those culty channels, they're Trump is winning in every way. Goodbye, illegals. Trump's done some great shit. He's also done some stupid shit. I'm not a cultist. We may not agree on what Trump's done, good or bad, but I will outright say, yeah, he's done some bad. He's done some bad stuff. And I'm going to say right out, I'm going to agree with Jay Watterson's. I think we are on a page here. After disagreeing from above, well, I think we're disagreeing. I'm going to say we totally agree. I personally, I'm going to ask everybody's opinion. I personally believe mass deportation is dead as of now. Dead. What do you think? Do you think mass deportations are dead? Or do you think we're somehow still going to get there? So, I think Jay Watterson and I are going to agree on that. Well, if the world is ending, better stock up on pemmican and biltong. I've never had biltong. Pemmican I've had. Hey, my parents own property. I can go hunting, folks. Been a while since I hunted, but they got land with water and everything else. They got woodland. Yeah. Worst case, blue black. Didn't the SIG P320 have an issue with discharging? Yes. Yes, Swamp Rat, 100%. It has got major issues, major lawsuits, major problems with it. They put out a fix that didn't fix it. Yeah. 100%. There is a problem with those. And there are many videos out there that show it does look like the SIG P320 went off. Which once again makes it even... And I said that the first time I saw this. I didn't say the SIG went off. But what I said was the first gunshot. The first time I saw any video of that, I said the first gunshot sounded different. I went back and played again. The first gunshot sounded different. The first gunshot sounded different. Because it was. It was that SIG. I don't know 100% sure, but a lot of videos seems to look like that gun goes off. And once again, the officer's in a chaotic situation. Gun. Guy looks like he's grabbing something, and bang. Oh, shit. Your life is flashing before your eyes. Do you want to go home that night? And I'll tell you what, anybody's in a concealed carry class knows there's a line where your brain better be thinking, do you want to go home that night? Who's going home? You or that person? That's the thing. Oh, it's Jaxie's trying to get more food again. It's a big club and you ain't in it. Yeah. SOG, mass deportation is needed in America, as is you. You know what? SOG, you're 100% right. And I'm going to say that you guys may need it even more than we do. America is in some deep shite. It is. It is in deep shite. But you guys are much worse off. Your country is going to be unrecognizable extremely soon. Extremely soon. What helps us is we're also damn large. And in our country, there's a lot of states that ain't going to let this happen and go along with it. Our country is in danger of a real civil war. It is. I'm not going to go all Tim Pool crazy, but we are in danger, folks. UK, you guys may be close to a V for Vendetta moment, but I'm not sure there's, not to be a jerk, enough real estate for you guys to really do a Civil War split up. That's a lot closer hand-to-hand crap going on there. America, that's another reason my wife and I went out of Illinois. I'm not joking. It's not me being, oh my God, he's crazy. No. There are many reasons. Taxes, idiotic gun laws, nothing happening. This side of the river is dying. This state is so screwed up. They're touting how all the illegals they brought in actually kind of stabilized the population. That's not a good thing. That's not a win. No, we want out of this state for many reasons, but there is a thought that if America goes nuts, I'm in one of the dumbest left-tard states. I would love to get to Iowa or another. And as bad as the shit's going on in Minneapolis, the rest of Minnesota ain't like Minneapolis. I know plenty of people up in Minnesota going, this is retarded. So yeah. But I think UK, we need mass deportation. We need what Phil Labonte, yes, I know I'm bringing up Tim Pool, I'm so sorry. We need what Phil Labonte says. No. We need to boot out all illegal aliens now. We need to close to all immigration for 10 to 20 years. Zero. No H-1B visas, no nothing, unless we can really need you. None. None for at least 10 years. He's right. But you guys are even worse off. You need to deport insane amounts of people, including half your politicians. Well, maybe we could put all of our politicians on the same island. So yeah, but no, I think mass deportation's gone. I think it's off the table. It's over. It's shot. In fact, here's where I will part with Trump. So if any lefty made it this far, here's your fodder. I always worried that Donald Trump was actually serious about mass deportations when he never, and we've discussed it, even Jay Waters didn't go, yep, the Jerkosaurus has said this. The very fact that he's never gone after employers, banks, and landlords. How many times did I lay out my plan if I was president and how quick these people be gone? Yeah, I laid it out many times. Many times. Yeah. That always worried me that he wasn't doing that. He was not serious. At all. So, yeah. That was my worry all the time. I was always looking at it going, why don't you just do this? Because I'm going to say it again. If right now you get on the air and you tell every illegal alien, okay, you have 30 days to leave this country on your own, go to the CBP app, we'll pay you $2,600, gather up all the shit you can carry or drive or carry on the airplane and go. You got 30 days. Then after that, we will come get you and you're out. Or I would just tell every employer. I would just go to all employers in exactly 30 days. We will be coming for you if you're hiring illegals. You're a company, if you're a small business, we're going to find you X amount for every, depends on your size. We're going to try to hurt you bad, but not automatically put you out of business. We need our businesses, folks. But we're going to hurt you. You go to the banks. You go, anybody, any account here with illegal aliens, that has illegal alien has, we're seizing all those assets. Any money? Car loans? Nope. That car is now going to go pay back for the people's money. Nope. Landlords, you're renting it illegal? Your property's forfeit. You want to see them gone? Then, boof, gone. Gone. 100% gone. 100%. All right. But that's my plan, and that's why I don't think Trump is serious. But he's done a lot of other good things. All right. Now, this is the last thing we're going to do. It's going to be quick. I want to stick it to 2 hours if possible. I got about 6 minutes, 5 minutes. All right. This is a couple days ago. I saw this on Crowder. Nick Sorter reveals that Trump administration has ordered ICE not to arrest non-criminal illegals. And Tom Homan today pretty much said the same thing. He danced around, used political wordage, but pretty much said the same thing. We're going to be doing targeted. I repeat, targeted. Targeted means you're not just blanket getting out illegals. It means mass deportation is gone. Done. Done. That's it. I think it's over. This came from 2 agents on the ground in Minnesota. I've heard from other people, not just Nick Sorter, that now more agents are saying it, and they're pissed. Others are saying it's like going backwards to the Biden years. They are pissed. But hear from Nick, not me.
One of the stories that I've unfortunately been hearing this morning is that Border Patrol agents have now been given new orders not to, for example, if they were to run a license plate and it comes back as that person is an illegal that Border Patrol was forced to let into the country under Joe Biden, they are no longer allowed to arrest that person.
And is this
even
the first
though they know for a fact that's illegal?
Is this new information that you're just bringing to light
Have a
right
good one,
now?
Jim.
That these new orders? Okay.
I'm almost done.
I don't want you to reveal your sources, but you have someone who you trust on this. You believe this is a matter of a...
If you're out of here, Jim, have a good one. I'm off here in about 4 or 5 minutes. So the last thing I'll ask is please hit thumbs up for the stream. We're going to finish this. I'm going to say a quick goodbye, and we're going to be out of here. But thank you very much, and hopefully this earlier thing works. We'll see.
Official, actual approach and policy now.
This actually came from 2 Border Patrol agents, 2 separate Border Patrol agents on the ground in Minnesota. They're very, very frustrated. Obviously, they feel like one of them actually said that this feels like we just reverted to the Biden days.
And you can go around and look around on X, Instagram, Facebook, whatever your social media du jour is, Kick, whatever. But there's a lot of this going around. People are saying it's over. And Tom Homan, he mealy-mouthed it today, more than I've ever seen him mealy-mouth. But he pretty much just openly said, yeah, it's done. Mass deportation is done. And I am very unhappy. And I'm not going to lie to you guys. That's why I'm not wearing my Trump hat. I am pissed. We voted for this. This was the number one. My Trump hat is right there. I still support Donald Trump on, all told. But I'm flying my hat at half staff right there. That's half staff for my hat. Not quite on my head, but it's still there, man. I'm even using the good old 2020er. But that's flying my hat at half mast there. But yeah. I mean, what do you guys think? Do a lot of the voters have a right to be pissed? I think so. Oh, thanks, Jim. But Jim, while you're here, I'll wait real quick. How do you feel about the very fact that the biggest thing Donald Trump ran on is done? If I'm wrong later, I'll come back and Jim Patterson and Jay Waters and all the rest, you can throw them flip-flops at me left and right. I think it's done. Do you? And if so, don't we have a right to be pissed? I do. I think we have a right to be pissed off. I think when Charlie Kirk died, Donald Trump lost his way. Charlie Kirk kept Trump lined up with us. Charlie Kirk was on the ground talking to the younger generation, talking to average people, and he had a direct line to Donald Trump that nobody could block. I'm not saying Rubio, but Bondi, Trump's other assistant lady, I can't remember the name, who everything has to get through her now. Charlie Kirk was direct, and Trump was kept in line. Look at what happened. As soon as Charlie Kirk was killed, Trump has lost his way. Charlie Kirk. When Charlie Kirk was killed, a lot of what Trump wanted to do died with him. Or what he said he was going to do. How's that? Died with Charlie Kirk. Now, Trump is bad. Everybody whispering in his ear. Oh, here's what the people want. Oh, here's what we see. Here, Mr. President. When Charlie Kirk could call up and go, nope, here it is. I'm on the ground. I'm around the people. No. Gone. All right, Sog. As time goes on, I must admit Trump is falling out of favor with me. I haven't forgiven him for what he said about the British troops. I can't remember what he said, but Trump says a lot of stupid shit. I'm not worried about what Trump says a lot. And I always tell people, don't look at what Trump says, because Trump says some really good shit and he says some really stupid shit. But Trump's actions is where we should look. Trump's actions are usually a lot better than his words. So you got to really pay more attention to Trump's actions. I'm not saying all those are good either, but I'm just saying they usually are better. All right. Jim Patterson, it's a big club and Trump ain't in it. I agree, sir. And on that note, do me a favor if you haven't, please hit thumbs up. I appreciate it. And I was glad I was able to tell Joel 90 bottles in my kitchen. I don't know how prolific I'm going to be for a while. I'm still healing. My doctors are doing some more blood tests because they're not sure my lungs are healing properly. And I'm in some really good pain right now on my left lung. You know, the things you can't feel. But thank you very much for stopping in, guys. Go watch some people better than me the rest of the night. Relax, be happy, and let's hope things get better, improve. Let's hope I'm wrong and that mass deportation is on the books still because we need it. Thank you, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and I appreciate it. I really do. See you guys on Rumble. Thank you very much. And I am out.